Hello, Lash artists. I'm sorry for the little construction on the background. My name is Hannah. I'm the owner and founder of AngelWings Luxury Lash and Brow Studio Shop and Academy in Montreal, Canada. I will tell you today how to find the technician, what criteria are to choose the eyelash technician for the person who never did eyelash extensions. After my advice, you will be able to tell what is the good technician and what is bad. First, I will tell you what can happen if you find a bad technician. The first is you spoiled natural lashes. If you were unlucky, then you will spoil the lashes from the first extension. It will be very uncomfortable. It will be a bubble gum in between your lashes, the bubble gum of the glue, and you will probably lose your natural lashes. If it happened, it's better to remove all these lashes because you will really lose your lashes. It looks like this. The second that can happen by the fault of inexperienced technician are uncomfortable lashes. He can put the lash closer to your eyelid, it can be itchy, or you can feel any other discomfort, and you can even think that it's allergy, but not the mistake of a technician, like physical one. If you feel uncomfortable, tell a technician and he will be able to tell you what is wrong or maybe solve the problem. I don't think that the technician will be offended by this request, and you will be okay after the small correction. Because if you will not tell the technician about that, you will be itching and always whitening the eyes, and it won't do you any good. Now I'll tell you how to avoid these consequences and how to find a good technician. Currently in the internet you will be able to find a lot of lash technicians. That's why a lot of these technicians are not able to put their own photos and they just steal someone's photos and put on their pages. And also the videos. So don't believe the technician that tells that he is a good technician. If you want to know really about it, if he is good or not, follow this advice. The first that you have to do is to go to the site of Eyelash Extension Academy or school with a very famous eyelash technician as a teacher. You can find it by googling it, like Eyelash Extension School or Eyelash Extension Academy in your capital, in the capital of your country. Or you can just find the schools in your city. Usually on this kind of sites you will be able to find a lot of teachers' work, also you will be able to find students' work. If this kind of academy doesn't have any photos on the site, then it's a really bad academy, because there have to be photos of teachers, photos of teachers with students, and there has to be an impression that there is life usually. If on the site you are able only to see the stock photos with some nice girls that you always see on different advertising, then it's probably not their photo, and also maybe not the eyelash extension on the photo. So leave this site. But if you see the photos of this technician, this teacher with her or his students, then it's okay. Just find the work of the teacher. Find how it looks like. Find some schools and find these works and see how they look like. And then you are able to find some technicians in your city and just compare these photos and photos of the popular schools teachers. This knowledge will help you not only to save your money but also your health. What should you pay attention to? When you look at the photo, lash extensions should not have any kind of spikes or maybe some lashes that are not in the smooth outline. The lashes have to have smooth outline when the eye is opened as well as when the eye is closed. The lashes should not have the same length everywhere. Because when you follow the rules of eyelash extensions, and also this is more comfortable for a client, you put closer to the nose shorter lashes. If you see the eyelash extension with the same length of eyelashes everywhere, then the technician doesn't do something right. Maybe the technician even doesn't know what to do and he lacks experience. I will do a small remark. I'm not against that the client asks me to make all the eyes same length, but it's an exception which can happen once in 5 years or maybe once per 3 years, I don't know. I will never put this kind of photo to my portfolio. It doesn't hurt your eyes, it doesn't hurt your natural lashes, so if you think that it's beautiful, okay, but for me it's not professional and I never will put this kind of photo to my portfolio. Look or ask the technician what thickness of lashes does he use. In the modern lash society, you shouldn't use the thickness of 0.15 or 0.20. If you see suddenly 0.15 or 0.20, just don't go to this technician because these lashes are very heavy to your natural ones. If the technician uses 0.10 or 0.07, it's okay. If she does volumes, then probably she needs to have 0.05, 0.03, while anything that is in between 0.07 and 0.03. That's because the volume lashes have to be very thin, because you put a lot of them to one natural lash. And the other lashes you use only one by one artificial lash per one natural, so it's not a problem to use a little bit thicker lashes. The second is the price. It may seem strange, but the normal technician will never work cheap or will never work for free. I don't tell about middle price, because middle price is middle price, it's not cheap. But if the technician does a very cheap work, the person probably doesn't value his work at all. This kind of people just don't feel like specialists in lash extensions. They usually have a full-time job and the lashes they do only for part-time. It's not necessary to find the most expensive eyelash technician. But now I will tell about why the lashes cannot be cheap. First is the good training. The good training starts from 1,500. In Europe it's a little bit less. In Russia, Ukraine, Belarus it's maybe a little bit cheaper, depending on the salary of the people, but the price is rather big than small. So it's about half a salary. From this information you get the result. If you take 7 training courses, then it's about $10,000 or more here in Canada and America, and a very big amount in Russia, Ukraine. After these expenses, no one will want to work for free or very cheap, because you put a lot in your business and you know what is good extension. The person just knows the value of his work and has a good quality of work. The second is the participation in trainings, conferences and championship. Of course, the tickets to these kind of events are not cheap. In every conference, this technician knows more information from the frontiers of the industry, the people who make our everyday work easier. The third is supplies. Good and expensive supplies will cost more money, and the work will be better and more comfortable. If the technician works on a very cheap supplies or only one thickness, one curl, and she has only like one box, you won't have a choice of what to do. But if the technician works with different thickness, length and curls, maybe even different brands, their work will cost more money. And also the glue is not very cheap. All types of glue are more cheap, but in some countries they are even forbidden to sell because of their contents. But the new types of glue allow you to go to the swimming pool, to the sauna, to use any oily creams around the eyes, and it shouldn't influence your retention. And also, for example, our glue follows the rules of Health Canada. But this kind of glue is not cheap. The next are hours, months, and years of practice. If you practice it from year to year, the technician wants the progress. Of course, if you want the progress, you will get the progress. One more important thing is advertising. We put a lot of time and money on the advertising, because currently without any advertising you won't be able to promote your business and to get new clients. And also even printing materials will cost you a little fortune. For example, as I'm working in printing about 10 years, it's more easy for me. Even if you go to any kind of a party, to know the people, to advertise yourself as a technician, it also takes you time and money, because even to buy some kind of drinks and food, you spend your time and it's also valuable. And one more important thing is the price of renting, price, water, and any other expenses in the studio or the place where you work. And of course, you want to have something extra just to buy your food. From my bad experience, I can tell you that if you want to go to the cheap technician, you will probably say goodbye to your natural lashes. There is a straight dependency between the price and the quality of work. The third tip how to recognize a good technician is a good portfolio. It should not necessarily contain professional photos, but you can use mobile phone, just the photos where you can see all the lashes on the eye. If you are able to tell what is right extension and what is not, and the photo is not blurred, then you will be able to know what does the technician do. If the technician has a lot of photos and you can see more early works and current works and see the difference, it's very good. And if the person has a video, then this is a good sign. Because in the photo you can just correct some things if you know how to do it in Photoshop, then in video it's very hard. On my site you can always see the videos of my work. That's why the presence of the video files of the extensions is a very good sign. And the fifth, that's a booking. If the specialist is working full-time, then probably you won't find any booking spots for tomorrow or after tomorrow, then probably it's better to book in advance. Just think logically, the person who does it every day as a profession will always have a lot of booked places, because he takes it very serious, but people who do it as a hobby don't take it serious enough, and they're probably not interested in developing their skills, as well as taking new trainings. Sometimes they even cannot go to the YouTube and see any kind of free training tips. The technicians that are interested in what they do, they can go somewhere in the conferences, or even if they cannot go anywhere, they see the new trends on YouTube and internet, and they always put some money to their business. If a person is not ready to get additional training, his skill will stay on one place or even will be lower than the skill of the recently trained technician, because the industry doesn't stay on one place, it always develops as well, and we have a lot of tips and tricks. But the technicians that do their work full-time, you can always count on them, well, if the person is responsible, of course, but this person won't abandon lashes and will be able to book you anytime. I hope I was useful for you, and following these 5 rules you will be able to find you a good lash technician. If you are looking for a lash technician in Montreal, welcome to my studio. If you liked my video, please put the like. If you're not subscribed and you have any questions, subscribe my YouTube channel and go to my Facebook group to put your questions. In the Facebook group I will try to answer all your questions, or if the question will be very interesting, I will make a new video here. Hope to see you in my next videos.